How do you start getting your money under control and not have it control you? Where do you begin? Especially if you're barely making ends meet as it is. If you're confused by all the options out there and really don't know where to start, then this video is for you. For the moment, forget how to invest, forget get-rich-quick schemes. Those are not going to help you from where you are at the moment. You need to start with the basics. Understand what is essential and what isn't. Get a simple plan up and running and set it to work automatically. Then, and only then, everything else comes after this basic step is in place. Don't worry, it will all make sense as we progress through this video. Well, let me talk about what is essential for me. The first thing I would want to do is get a roof over my head and protection from the elements, i.e. a home. Then comes food and warmth to be able to survive in that home. Then come the essentials of travel, getting out and about, whether that's to work or anywhere else. I'm not talking about holidays here. I'm talking about the essentials of getting out and about to go about your business. Communication would probably be next for me. This includes a smartphone. At the beginning, it wouldn't have been a top of the range one. It would have probably been a second-hand one or a top of the range one from a few years ago, so it's cheaper. So that's the smartphone, but of course then I'd be shopping around for a SIM-only deal because package deals are still a rip-off even today. Okay, quick warning, I'm about to go off on a little bit of a rant about packaged mobile phone deals. If that's not your bag, then skip ahead about 10 seconds. One of my rules is never to get a phone at the same time as my SIM, or at least together as a package. Though things have improved over the years, it's still really a cost-effective option to do them together, and it doesn't take a lot to do them separately. For me, having a package together, the phone and the SIM, is barely a convenience, and certainly not something I will pay for. Okay, rant over. Communication for me would also include broadband at home. Having just a smartphone isn't enough, even in today's world, to do all the work I need to do. Now those are the essentials for me. Once these essentials are catered for, the very next thing for me would be to start the discipline of savings from here on in. And I'm not just speaking hypothetically here. For me, the goal was freedom from the rat race and taking control of my financial life. And I wanted this fast, not over a 40-year time horizon. But I also knew I had to start on that path immediately. And the starting point is always the same. Start saving money. Because the moment you start saving, you start taking back control of your financial life. You start building something and you build the discipline of doing that month in, month out. And yes, there are those that will tell you that saving is pointless. Putting cash in a bank account, keeping it there, saving it and building it over time is a waste of time because the value of cash erodes over time, and they would be right. But it's important to understand that the effort of saving isn't about building wealth. It's about building discipline and building a pot of money that you can do something with. Remember, this is money 101, not money 10 something else. This is the starting point. If you haven't started saving money every month yet and are struggling month to month, do you really want me to talk to you about investing better? Perhaps in property or cryptocurrencies, or starting a side hustle, or even trading in the forex markets? Let me give you a clue. The answer should be no. Saving money regularly starts giving you control, starts building you a pot of money that you will learn to see grow over time and in ever faster ways as you climb the rungs of financial literacy one by one. It starts your journey, and let me tell you, you can start that journey really quickly and see results almost immediately. If, like most of the population, you don't have a lot of money in savings already, then starting month by month will really start adding up. So today you can fairly easily achieve a savings rate of about 4%. So say you're starting to save £50 a month. Over a 20-year period, the compounding growth of that money will lead you to a pot of £18,000. If you haven't got any savings today, what would £18,000 in an account feel like to you now? How would that make you feel? A lot more secure than you are today, I bet.
Now, would that be something you might be interested in?
It doesn't really matter how much you start saving with. It matters that you start and that you do it consistently every month. And I'm about to show you a way of automating that so that all the friction is taken away. There are 3 types of people in the world. Number 1, those that save. Number 2, those that don't think they can save. And number 3, those that don't think it's worth saving. I'm definitely in the first category, but I know plenty of people that are in 2 and 3. Regardless of which of these camps you're in, there is no getting away from the fact that saving is where it starts. Unless, of course, you want to gamble on your life and hope that you'll stumble into something that will make you insanely rich. If that sounds like you, then good luck, but this video isn't for you. Still hit the subscribe button because future videos might be. But otherwise, once you've seen the light, come back and watch this video again. Okay, rant over. And I know that was my second one, so no more rants on this video. That's a promise. So as I was saying, I wanted to get on that path to financial freedom immediately. I wanted to get my foundations right before I took bigger leaps into generating more income, i.e. making more money. What I really didn't want to do was put a lot of effort into making more money and have it leak through unnecessarily. Knowing that the foundation was saving, I went for an aggressive 30% of my net income as a target for saving month on month. By month 3, I'd actually reduced it to a much more realistic 25%. 30% was just unsustainable at the time. And I've kept to that 25% number for many years now. I'd recommend making this number 20% at a minimum. And this is of net income, i.e. how much money actually hits your bank account every month, 20% of that. Let's say you're bringing in £1,000 every month net, i.e. after tax. Your mortgage might be £500 a month. Utilities and other housing costs might be £200 a month. Food is £100 a month, travel maybe is £100 a month as well. And on communications, like broadband, mobile phone, maybe you're spending £25 a month. Let me do some quick maths. That's £925 a month. Now I'm going to assume, of course, that all these costs are as low as they can be. If not, there's probably some more you can do there to ensure there's more left over after all those essential costs. So you have £75 remaining every month. Okay, so this is nowhere near the 20% we spoke about earlier, but that means all of it needs to go into savings, into a high interest savings account. 20% of that £1,000 is £200, so £200 a month. But after the basics, after the essentials, in this example, you only have £75 a month remaining. And I know there will be lots of people in similar situations to this who want to be able to save more, but actually their incomings don't leave a sufficient amount to save after all their essential spending is taken into account. But hey, we all have to start somewhere. If you don't have enough money left over to save according to a 20% target, say, every month, then you shouldn't take that as license to not start at all. As I said before, starting is the key. Otherwise, you're not going to get anywhere. So put that £75 a month into a high interest savings account and set up a standing order so that the day you get paid, the very day after, that £75 goes directly into a high interest savings account. That way, it's done every month. No ifs, no buts. You just have to set up that standing order and that's it. No further action on your part. You're not having to convince yourself every month whether you should do it or not. It's automated. You're taking the friction away by automating this simple yet essential practice. Ensure you're getting the best deal on your essentials. On rent, on your mortgage, on travel, on food, on communication. By the way, if you want to see a video on how best to achieve this, then let me know in the comments below. If I get enough of you asking, I'll make a video on that very topic. So after your essentials, if you've got £75 remaining, i.e. 7.5%, put all of that 7.5% into a high interest savings account. So some of you may be thinking at this point, £75 is nothing, and I may want some of that for entertainment purposes, maybe for Netflix, or to put towards saving for a holiday. Look, you can make all the choices you want, but just know at the same time, you are making a choice not to save. You are making a choice to start on that journey later. Whether you do or you don't, that's a choice you are making. When you didn't know what to do, that would have been fair game. But now you do know what to do, you are making an active decision not to do something if you choose to put that money elsewhere. I'm just saying that if this example, this £1,000 a month and the essentials at £925 a month and £75 left for saving, if this was your exact situation and you chose not to save, then you are simply putting off taking control of your money and effectively surrendering to whatever life throws at you. If this was me, I'd save the lot, the full £75 automatically every month. Then I'd immediately focus on how I can improve my earnings potential, the money I generate, the income I'm bringing in. This might be by asking for a raise effectively, changing jobs, or starting a side hustle, or all of the above. The path to doing that might be to learn new skills online, gaining experience in different ways such as volunteering, job shadowing, or trying something entirely new in your spare time. If and when you make more money, bring in more income, then I would be saving all of that extra into my high interest savings account until I hit a net income after tax of £1,200 a month. And let me quickly explain why. My essential costs were £925 a month. Then with a net income of £1,200 a month, that leaves me £275 every month. 20% of the £1,200 is £240, the percentage I wanted to save of my net income each and every month. So that £240 goes directly into savings. All I do is edit that standing order so that the high amount goes out every month. And again, this is so that it happens automatically, so you don't have to give it any further thought every single month. Your pot just grows without you having to remind yourself every month to put money into a different account. So £925 of essential costs, £240 of savings, 20% of your net income, of course. That leaves £35 a month for you to do with whatever you want. It doesn't sound like a lot, I know, but remember when you were on the lower amount of £1,000 net income a month, you had pretty much nothing left over as well. Now, you're saving 20% of your income and you've still got money left over. Everything's going in the right direction, isn't it? This is the direction you wanted to go in, didn't you? Now you are hitting your savings target every month. You have successfully achieved the first step in your journey of controlling your money and not having it control you. And you have proven to yourself that you have the financial discipline to move on to the next step. Of course, you now also have some excess to play with. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to allocate it to some entertainment expense or some other bucket? Or do you now not want to think about how to spend it, but you want to move to the next stage, and how you can move further along in your journey to taking full control of your money, your financial life. I want to hear from you in the comments below. Now, depending on when you see this, you may be able to move on to the next video, or you may be waiting for it to go live. Either way, make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you're the first to know when new videos are published. Remember to hit the like button if this has been helpful to you, and I'll see you on the next one.